Welcome to my mini refresh and reboot course. I am super excited to have you here, and welcome to everybody in the group. New members who've been here for a little while. The group itself is very new, so none of us have been here too long, but I think it's awesome that we're starting to build a supportive community based around nutrition and movement and self-care and taking care of ourselves, which is so incredibly important, right? So some of you may not know me yet, so I wanted to take just a moment to introduce myself. My name is Alexi Sherrill. I am certified in Pilates, yoga, bar fitness. I have been a group fitness instructor. I have worked as a personal trainer. I do a lot of one-on-one coaching in multiple arenas. I am a former professional ballet dancer, and I also have been teaching at the university for over a decade, conditioning dancers and teaching them how to keep their bodies healthy and how to stay safe and have long careers. So you can tell I have a passion for movement. I am also a certified health coach. I have been to 2 different schools, the Institute for Integrative Nutrition and the Nutritious Life Studio. I have learned a ton. I have a huge passion going back to childhood for nutrition and for wellness created from the inside out. So those are some of my credentials. I currently am a mom to a very busy 13-year-old boy who has enough energy for 25 kids. I don't sleep a lot. I run my own business. I also teach at a few studios, both dance and Pilates and yoga and bar classes, and then I have a handful of private clients. And I have a bunch of programs that I have created for busy people who can't get to a gym or a studio and still want to take care of themselves. So I'm creating an online platform as well. So that's me in a nutshell as far as why am I here and why am I telling you these things. Hugely passionate for helping especially other moms and other women figure out how to take care of themselves, how to put themselves in the picture and make sure that they're nourishing themselves, whether it's through 5 minutes of alone time, better food, just a little bit of moving here and there, whatever it is that your goals may be. It is my passion to help you figure out how to incorporate those into the busy world that we all live in, because you are important, you deserve it, and remember, please, self-care is never selfish. It is the most unselfish thing that you can do, because if you do not take care of yourself, you cannot take care of others to the best of your ability. So you are worth it. I'm so happy you're here. That's why I'm here. So just a little bit about the course. Every single day we will focus on 4 different things. We will focus on nutrition. Each day I will either post a written post or a video post giving some nutritional information and some ideas that you can take away with you. Here and there, maybe even a recipe that you can try. There are already lots of good recipes in the group, so feel free to search through and find those. I will also be posting daily movement. So movement can take so many forms, and initially when people are looking, if movement is the missing piece for them, I don't say you should go from doing nothing to suddenly working out 2 hours a day. It's unrealistic, it's unsustainable. I want people to be able to incorporate movement into their lives in a way that it just becomes part of what they do. So these videos, some of you may already have a huge movement practice, and that's awesome, and I commend you for that. Some of you may not, and it's totally okay. Each day I will post a short video that you can easily fit into your day, probably about 15-20 minutes max. And every day it'll be a little bit different in terms of what we focus on, but I'll also be throwing out some really helpful tips and pieces of information about how to incorporate movement into your life successfully and sustainably. So thus far we have nutrition, we have movement. We'll also be talking every day about self-care. And again, I'm not going to suddenly tell you have to meditate for an hour every day, or, get up 2 hours early to journal. And not that I think these things aren't wonderful. I do. I wish I could do them. But again, I want to start with small, sustainable practices that we know we can maintain. And then finally, the fourth thing is accountability. So it is very widely believed among people who work in the wellness field that we are most likely to be successful making new goals and setting new lifestyle habits when we have at least one other person to whom we are accountable. It could be your spouse, it could be your best friend, it could be your sister or your brother or your mother or your father. It can be anybody. But the beauty of a group like this is you have built-in accountability partners. So during this short course, we will keep each other accountable by checking in and letting everybody else know what we have done. And it's okay too to let people know that you didn't get something in on a particular day. And I think actually very helpful if, say for example, on Sunday, you're not able to get in the movement video. If you share why, A, it may help other people realize that they're not alone. And B, maybe we can look at time and play with time management a little bit and see how we can become more and more habitual in terms of weaving these new awesome habits into our lives. So that's the basic idea of the course. I do hope that you will communicate with me during the course. You can do it in comments, you can make your own post inside the group, you can send me a private message, you can email me if you like at Lexi, Lexi, at lifeslovelywildride.com. I would love to hear from you, and I really am here for you during this course and every single day. No charge to you, just here because this is something that means a lot to me. So please make use of that and feel free to ask questions. At the same time, just remember that there is no pressure. This is a free voluntary course. You're welcome just to read things and mull them over and save them for later. It's whatever you want to do with it. But I'm excited that you're here and gathering the information. The other thing I want to mention before we launch straight in is if you have any specific requests or any specific questions during the program, like for example, if you want to learn a little bit more about gut health and digestive issues. That's just an example that I'm throwing out there. It's very popular right now. Lots of people are talking about it. Let me know and we'll spend a day and we'll cover topics like that. I may be covering it already, but it doesn't hurt to ask for a little customization because that's the way I roll and I'm happy to do it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and launch in. Welcome, and I will see you on day one.